There we go. Sorted, finally. 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 Lovely stuff. Good stuff. Right, we back. Chat should be working as well now, which is all happy days. Going to tweet that back out because the link will have changed. Right. Tweet that out. And we should be good. Chat should now be up and running. And life is lemonade. Whatever that means. Cool. Right, we're up and running. BT are showing the draw. Obviously, I can't show it on screen for obvious reasons, but we are up and running. So now that the chat's working, feel free to say hello, put your predictions in. Who are you hoping for? One team in particular? Is there one team you want to avoid? Is there anyone that you want to avoid at all costs playing? I don't know if there is for me. Bayern Munich, I always hate playing Bayern Munich. So they're a team that I would like to avoid playing. Obviously, we can't get any of the English teams, which is fantastic. But anyone else, I'm not really bothered. I'm just going to be happy to see us in the Champions League. It's nice to have picked up a Spurs shirt this year with a Champions League patch on it for the first time in a while. It's really nice. But yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly what time they're going to start drawing the balls. Hopefully, it's not too long. So I'm happy to just have a chat and chill out while that's going on. And yeah, if you want to chat away for anything, I'll get the chat going and see if anyone fancies. Bloody lovely. I mean, lovely. But yeah, let's see. I think they're just showing highlights of the last year's Champions League campaign at the moment. Real Madrid obviously beating Liverpool in the final, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it actually was. So yeah, happy days really. I always wonder. I wonder if I can get this stream live on Twitter as well as YouTube. Not entirely sure. Who knows? Who knows? Let's have a look. It's definitely a way. Let me have a look, sees. Ajax again. Yeah, I take Ajax, I'm hoping I'm going to get to a couple of away days this year. So Ajax would be lovely. And I think they'd have a massive grudge against us this time around. But I fancy us against Ajax. So that could be a good one for sure. I'd agree with that. Any team you want to avoid? Anyone that you don't want to play? Who knows? Let's see. Let's see how this works. No, that's not a thing. That is not a thing. Tell me. Looks like I can't figure it out. So we'll have to stick to YouTube. But that's okay. That is okay. Weird. Very weird. Yeah, not much going on in the actual broadcast right now. Uh, unfortunately. Unfortunately. How does that work? How to create a broadcast? Weird. It's not over yet. So, see, this is the issue with all of these draws. They take so long to get to the point. They just do all of the talking. And what we really want to do is get to the actual draw and start drawing the numbers out, because it takes bloody ages anyway. Yeah, we're talking about how football's a philosophy at the moment. Does anyone really care that football's a philosophy? I don't think so. So, very strange. Very strange. But what can you do? What can you do? Not much. Ooh. Ah. No, even that doesn't work. So strange. So strange. Hello, everyone that might just be joining while we're waiting for the draw. How are we all doing? Excited? Nervous? A little bit of both? It's about time the Mighty Spurs back in Europe. We love to see it. All is well at the moment. It's just happy days. Very strange. Gonna give up on the trying to go live on Twitter with the broadcast as well, because it doesn't seem to be working. Rangers are settled could be fun, like a crack at PSG, but the less distance travelled, the better. Yeah, I feel that. I think we really had PSG in the Champions League in a while. I mean, we always seem to get Real Madrid, Dortmund, or another one that I feel like we play a fair amount. Barcelona crop up quite often as well. So I don't know. Very strange. Oof. Yeah, so not much going on, like I said, which is pretty standard. Pretty standard. I keep going off and on it because I'm looking at how to do this other bits. Dave, just finished work. A nice draw here. Milan, Rangers, and someone not too far away, not Shakhtar. I think that would be a fair request. I think I found this link to an automated draw earlier, and it was, who did we end up getting? We got Frankfurt in the one that I did through this website. We got Frankfurt. I think we got Copenhagen, or whoever the Austrian team are in the Champions League, and then we got someone else as well. But it was such an easy group, and I was just thinking to myself, it's just never gonna happen, is it? In that sense. So yeah, it would be nice if something like that did happen, but hopefully, I want a team like maybe like a Napoli or something, a team that are good but not, at the top of their like league sort of thing, because then we're able to test ourselves. And I mean, let's be honest, the Champions League games are going to sell out at the stadium anyway, because we've not been there in a little while. But you want it to be entertaining still, rather than just, boring teams that are Champions League teams frequently, but that's because they've come from a league where it's not too competitive and they have a Champions League spot, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll see how we go. I'm just closing down all of my tabs because I was working as well, and I have so much open, which is a pain, and I've lost my YouTube link, which is also not fun. Oh, no, that's not right. What's happened? There it is. There we go. With Spurs, you're right. An easy draw would be nice. Never going to happen, is it? I mean, what was it? What was our draw? 2019, the year we got to the final. What was the draw for that group? Who did we go through against? Because we struggled in it, didn't we? I think PSV were in that group. PSV were in it. Who else was there? If anybody knows, remind me. Stick it in the comments in the chat. Remind me who it was in that group because I can't quite put my finger on it, which is a pain. But yeah, it's very long-winded, this whole process. But what can you do? What can you do? Showing more highlights of old players now and everything else. If anybody is, obviously I can't show the actual draw on my YouTube channel, but if anybody's listening along and hasn't got it, I don't know where to find it. BT live streaming it to their Twitter account. So that's where I've got it at the moment. And hopefully in the next 5-10 minutes most, they're going to start drawing the balls out because they're just bringing the trophy out. Very cool. One day we'll have our hands on that. I'm convinced one day that trophy is going to sit at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and it's going to be the best day of my life. Hopefully. Not trying to jinx it. But Barca, Inter and PSG, yes, of course. The year we got to the final, wasn't it? We drew at the Nou Camp in the last game, didn't we? So it's like that's a tough group against Inter, Barca. Yeah, so very interested. Hi guys, Footy Hex. If you go on BT Sports Twitter, they're live streaming it, so you can pull it up next to the stream if you want to stick around and get my thoughts on the draw personally. But yeah, if you just grab it up on your Twitter, you should be able to pick it up. It's pinned at the top of there. Saying, hello, how you doing? All good here. Hopefully, we're getting a little bit closer to the draw. Lights, cameras, flashes everywhere. They're bringing Yaya Toure out, obviously at Spurs as a coach now. So Yaya Toure has just been brought out representing Spurs, obviously a Champions League legend as well, Barcelona and Man City. But yeah, good to see him. I'm glad to have him at the club as well, actually, Yaya Toure. What a legend. Such a good football player. I think those sorts of players are my favourite player. Those centre defensive midfielders that just have so much power and technical ability going forward. Yaya Toure, Moussa Dembele. You've got, people like Frankie de Jong are quite good at that sort of thing as well. So yeah, really interesting footballers. So they're just showing a few highlights of Yaya Toure at Barcelona at the moment, who I'm assuming is going to be help actually do the draw, which would be quite cool. But yeah, we'll see. We're just still waiting. So any questions? Any thoughts? Get down in the comments box. Still got a little bit of time to talk about them before I start drawing the balls out. So feel free. I'm all ears. All ears. Oh, I wonder if that will work. If I do it like that, and you can't embed a tweet though. I don't want it in a thread. But, oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. How are we looking? Let's head back to the draw. Still showing Yaya Toure highlights. It's crazy. You got 11.7 thousand viewers, 12,000 viewers on the Twitter alone. They're probably all just sitting there like, why is this taking so long? But oh well, is what it is. We move, we go, and hopefully we are nearly there. See if I can explain that. Lovely. Oh, come on, then. So, just seeing what Yaya Toure is saying. Had to take an opportunity at Tottenham. They've been brilliant. I've been working with fantastic people since I arrived. I feel part of the family. I want to say thank you to them. It's nice of Yaya. It's nice of him to say that. Kind words. Kind words indeed. Where are we? Nearly 5:20. Blimey. I always forget. I should have just started the stream later. I should have started the stream at 5:15, given it sort of 5-10 minutes to get into the actual draw, and then gone from there really. But what can you do? Not much. But yeah, like I was saying about Yaya Toure, really nice bloke, isn't he? So hopefully he goes on to do big things in the coaching world. Hopefully at Spurs. Not quite sure I'm ready for him to replace Antonio Conte yet, but maybe in the future if he manages to show what he's good at. Lovely stuff. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Nearly there. I can feel it. I can feel it bubbling up. Can feel it bubbling up. What does everybody make about the Dele Alli move, by the way? Besiktas on a loan, and the Turkish club have an option to buy. So I just feel sad. I just feel sad about it. But what can you do? Poor guy. If it helps him play some first team football and get back to anywhere near his best, then I'm happy for him. But just seems like a weird step for me. I feel like he could have fought for his place at Everton. They have a lot of injuries, but his decision at the end of the day. I agree with you, Dave. I agree. I can feel we're on the horizon. I can feel it's coming. I can feel it coming. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, it looks like we're getting serious. Looks like we are getting serious. I'm just going to chuck it out on my Twitter one more time. Tweet out. Bam, bam. Done that. Let's do it. Let's do it. So they're going through all the teams in each pot right now. How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. So they're going through each of the teams in all of the pots at the moment. Obviously, we're in pot 2. There are some good teams in pot 3. Some really good teams in pot 3. Benfica by Leverkusen, Dortmund, Napoli, all in pot 3. So we might. I mean, there's not any Inter in pot 3 as well. So you've got really the only easy teams from that. You've got Shakhtar, Salzburg, and Sporting. So it's not exactly any easy draw for pot 3. So you've got to hope that we get as nice a draw as possible. But I'm actually starting to get a little bit nervous. The game's going to be excellent, regardless as to who we draw. But looks like Mark Ruffalo is involved in hosting it. Do you know what? I've been watching that She-Hulk recently. I watched the second episode of it today, and you're right. It does look a little bit like that, which is crazy. Hey ho, each to their own. Mark Ruffalo's a good-looking guy, so. So they're just currently explaining how each team goes into each pot. So we draw a team and then the pot, I believe. Obviously, certain teams can't be drawn with certain teams, like Barcelona, Real Madrid can't be drawn in the same group. Spurs can't be drawn in the same group as Chelsea or Liverpool or Man City. So there's lots of little technical things that they need to go through and make sure that doesn't happen with the draw. So they're just explaining all of that now. I guess it's something that they need to do for people that aren't familiar with it. But yeah, fingers crossed, we are about to start drawing the balls, and we're about to start seeing the first teams of the Champions League group stage. Put that in there. Happy days. We are ready to rock and roll. Rock and roll. Let's do it. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see everybody's reaction as we go along with this. Make sure you put some stuff in the comment box in the live chat, because I'm really keen to hear what people think. Looks like they're just going to a quick advert break. Oh no, it's not an advert break. I see that Champions League thing, and I think it's half time. They're going to adverts. But here we go. Then they are about to start drawing, and I'm getting a little bit excited. So they're just officially going through all the teams in pot 1, giving a little background and highlight of each one. So first team, obviously Real Madrid, won the competition last year. I have no idea how. Got Frankfurt as well, Europa League winners last season, obviously beating West Ham in the semi-final, and then going on to beat Rangers in the final. Man City in pot 1, we can't draw them, obviously, so that's happy days. Don't really care who they got. AC Milan is one that I think I would quite like in our group. AC Milan would be something different. Bayern Munich, I'm hoping we avoid, because we just can't beat Bayern Munich. I hate Bayern Munich. It's pain. Paris Saint-Germain, Messi likes to play against us, doesn't he? But PSG would be a good team to have, I think, if we're going to pull out one of the giants. Obviously, Porto, another team that I think a lot of people will be hoping that we pick out, and Ajax as well. I think Ajax is another team that people are keen on picking up. So fingers crossed, we get ourselves a decent little team from pot 1. It's going to be interesting, but that's pot 1 sorted. So I think they're just going to draw all of the pot 1 teams first, which is happy days. Good old Yaya Toure sitting there. Hopefully dodge a group of death. Cheers, Adam. I appreciate the kind words, and I'm hoping we do as well. Fingers crossed. But showing Yaya Toure how to swell the balls, because he's not capable of doing that, and he's picking out the first one. So let's see who the first team of the Champions League group stage are going to be. Yeah, taking his sweet time unscrewing the ball. And it is going to be Ajax. So Ajax are the first team drawn out in from pot one. Obviously, we love a game against Ajax. It's a shame that they didn't show the highlights of the Spurs Ajax semi-final behind them. There, you got Van der Sar there in the crowd looking on. Ajax would be a lovely game. And so they go into Group A. Ajax, lovely stuff. Not bad start. I mean, I guess this is a bit of a formality still, isn't it? I guess because they're just going to pick all of the teams and they're going to go into random groups. It's not until pot two it starts to get interesting. Porto are the second team drawn out. Lovely. Love a bit of Porto. Obviously, Liverpool nicked Luis Diaz off of us and off of Porto in January. So they're a bit weakened, but they always dominate their league over in Portugal. So it'll be interesting to see if we get put in their group. Who's going to be team number 3? Team number 3. Good job, yeah. Bayern Munich. German champions, and look like they're going to absolutely walk their league once again. I did an interview with JJ Okocha. Obviously, he played for Frankfurt in the Bundesliga a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking a lot about how the Bundesliga need to do something to close that gap from the lesser teams and Bayern Munich and Dortmund at the top to make it more competitive. Which I guess you could say about every league, but it is what it is. Next team out is Frankfurt. So far, I've made my mind up. I think I'd rather avoid one of the giants in pot one. I think I would like Ajax, Porto, or Frankfurt. I 100% want to stay away from Bayern Munich. So if we get in a group with Bayern Munich, that's the one I'm not going to be happy about. But we'll see. I think we're getting there with the pot one teams slowly but surely, which is good. Here's the next team out from Yaya. AC Milan. Lovely stuff. Do you know what? I'd take AC Milan. How did we never sign JJ? Very good question. He was such a good player, wasn't he, at Bolton? Just unbelievable. I remember I was speaking to him, Dave, and he was talking a lot about how there's not really his kind of player about anymore in terms of that creative midfielder as Real Madrid get drawn out next. We could do with him quite a bit now, couldn't we? Really. Very good player in his prime, and one of Nigeria's best ever as well. I'd go as far to say. Any of you guys watching along as well? I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you're putting your predictions in the chat as City are the next team drawn out. Leave a video a thumbs up as well. That goes a long way with me. Massively appreciate all of the support. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe, because I plan on putting a fair amount of content out across the season. So that would be awesome. I think we are now finished with the pot one teams. So I'm going to tweet it out once more. Pot two drawn now. Spurs coming up. So that's pot one, all sorted. And we'll move on to pot two. Oh, Liverpool. It's crazy, Liverpool being in pot two, isn't it? Just so crazy. But Liverpool and Chelsea, obviously two teams that are in the same pot as us, and they love a run in the Champions League. Barcelona as well. I'm glad we can't draw Barcelona, because although we do perform quite well against them a lot of the time. Juventus, another team I'm glad we won't be able to draw, because I feel like we've played them obviously recently as well. Atletico Madrid are a pain to play against, although I'd fancy us against them. after watching United against them as well. Sevilla, wouldn't mind a game against Sevilla later down the tournament if they can make it out of their group. Leipzig, RB Leipzig. I feel like Leipzig are a bogey team for us when we last played them, because I remember they had obviously Werner as well. The mighty Tottenham Hotspur, there they are. Picture of Antonio Conte, Harry Kane scoring in the Champions League as well, and that's pot 2. So we're about to find out which group we go into, which pot 1 team we're being drawn with. So let's see, shall we? Instructions for Yaya as well. I would assume this is where it gets a little bit complicated with the draw in terms of players, teams that can't be drawn with other specific teams or can't be drawn into a specific group. So I guess you sort of have to bear with them on that. But here's Yaya unscrewing the first ball in pot 2, and it is, if he unfolds it, Leipzig. So RB Leipzig are the first team drawn out of pot 2. So let's see what group they get put into. Hopefully they don't take away one of the options that we would quite like to have. But we will see. So obviously the pot 1 teams are just put in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever it is. But the pot 2 teams will draw the team and then draw the pot as well for that. So they're always so slow with these balls. I know they're being careful with it because they don't want to mess anything up, but it just seems slow. Group F, Leipzig drawn into Group F, which I believe was Real Madrid. Yeah, that's good. That's good for us. We'll take that. So Leipzig put in Real Madrid's group. I'm glad that we don't have to play Madrid. I'm very, very happy about that. Yeah, drawing the second ball from pot 2. Who are we going for this time? Juventus. Yeah, so we're on pot 2 now, Shendi. So you haven't missed too much. All of the pot 1 teams have been drawn. So Juventus and Leipzig are the first 2 drawn out of pot 2. Leipzig have just been drawn with Real Madrid, and we're about to find out who Juventus are going to get as well. So I'll put like a running commentary across it as well. So you've got Group H, PSG and Juventus. Crazy. So Real Madrid and Leipzig, Group F, PSG, Juventus, Group H. Not too bad for Spurs, that. Not too bad for little old Spurs. We'll take it. What we got next? Let's have a look. Next team out is Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go. So there's a lot of red and there's a lot of greyed out stuff. So does that mean we can only get Group E? I'm not entirely sure what it means. I don't think so. No, we can get 4 groups. So who is it going to be? Who are Spurs going to play in the Champions League? Group D. Oh, Eintracht Frankfurt. I will take that. Let's go. Could that have been much better for us in terms of a first draw? Oh, see, already I fancy us to progress from the group stages now. Absolutely lovely. Next team out, Liverpool. Yeah, Coys, Matthew. Coys, as Lucas Moura would say. Nice one indeed. I feel less stressed already, which is good. Absolutely lovely stuff. So pot three is going to be the interesting one now. If we get niced in pot 3, I fancy us to win our group, but I guess you can't have everything. So let's see. Nice. Amazing. Group A for Ajax. Group A. Ajax. Liverpool. A tough draw for Liverpool, that. Ajax are the ones out of, not the giants that you're always wary of. But that's a tough draw for Ajax and both Liverpool, I guess, there. Which is good. On to the next team. Sevilla. Who are Sevilla going to be popped into a group with? I think there's two groups. They can't be in Group B and Group C. So I think, does that mean they can only be in Group G? No, I don't know. I don't know why I'm pretending like I know when I just clearly don't. So yeah, that's fine by me. Yeah, Frankfurt's an interesting one, actually, isn't it? Been there before, and it's a decent stadium. Their atmosphere is incredible, and Sevilla are in with Man City, which is tough for Sevilla. Really tough for Sevilla. Tough draw. So you've got I can't remember what group it is, but Sevilla, Man City. How you doing, Brogan? Anyway, doing well. Barcelona, next team drawn out. So I think we're getting towards the end of pot 2 now. Only one more team left after this, and I believe it's Chelsea. Group C. The Group C for Barca and Bayern. Jeez, that is tasty. That is very, very tasty, that. Cannot wait for that one. Looking forward to it. Yaya draws out Chelsea. Yaya draws Chelsea. Not bad. Not a bad first round of picks. Pot 3 is going to be the interesting one. Pot 3 will be the interesting one. There's actually some tough teams in all of the pots. I keep saying it, I know, but there's some tough teams in all of the pots. Oh, Atletico Madrid, of course, as well. Atletico Madrid. Not bad. Porto, Atletico in Group B. Atletico will be happy with that draw. What group were City and who were the other team? City and Sevilla drawn into. What group was it? Oh well, what it is. I didn't see who Chelsea got either. Did I just completely miss it? Must have done. Avoiding Dortmund would be lovely. Would be absolutely lovely. Got some tough teams. Dortmund, Salzburg, Shakhtar, Napoli. I think out of the teams in that group, you want to avoid Dortmund. It might well be. You might well be right, Brogan. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not entirely sure which teams we can't get. But Napoli is one I would like to avoid as well. And Inter Milan are in pot 3. I'd quite like to avoid them. Anyone else, I'm not too bothered about. See how it goes. Yeah, I need a drink. Throat's drying up. Pretty sure. Yes, of course. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Dortmund off the cards with Frankfurt being in our group. That's lovely then. If we can avoid Napoli and Inter, then I'll be a happy man. I'll be a very happy man. So let's see. Let's see what my boy Yaya's gonna draw out for us. He's gonna be kind to us again. I think I can feel it. I feel predictions for this one. I think we're going to be drawn into a group with Shakhtar Donetsk. Going to be Shakhtar or Salzburg. Let's have a look. We're Group D. Group D for Spurs. First name out of pot 3 is Napoli. Okay. Okay. Don't put them in Group D. You got every group, apart from obviously AC Milan's. Although there's 4 flashing red there. So again, don't know how it works. So let's see. Group A, nice. So that's in with Ajax and Liverpool. Not bad. That's a good group. That is a good group. All 3 of those teams will fancy themselves to get out of the group. Blimey. Next team out from Yaya. Salzburg. You get out of here with your CFC, Kai. Salzburg next. Can't be in B, C, and D, which includes our group by the looks of it. So let's see. AC Milan light work. Yeah. Chelsea will fancy AC Milan. I'm very happy with Frankfurt. I always want to know how they know which balls to take or not to have in there for those groups. So confusing. But anyway, Group E for Salzburg. Which is AC, Chelsea, and Salzburg. Not bad. Take that, Kai, right? It's a Chelsea fan. AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg. Pretty good. Pretty light work. Next out of the hat, Benfica. Let's see where Benfica go. I think this is one. I don't think Benfica can not be in any group. So this could be Spurs right here. Let's wait and see. I got a feeling my stream's behind because I keep seeing my phone flash up with notifications on Twitter and stuff like that, and I know it's like other people tweeting what group it is and when it's Spurs. So we'll wait and see. But it looks like Benfica are going into Group H, which is PSG, Juventus. Another good group. God, there's just every group looking really, really tasty so far. Not bad at all. I don't think so, Kai, because of copyright. Dortmund out next. It's saying I'll try in the future, but I'm pretty sure it would get taken down or whatever for copyright. I don't know if others are doing it. I don't know how it's all working, but not too bad. So Dortmund are in Group G with Shakhtar. With Sevilla and City. Bayer Leverkusen. So who are they going to be put in a group with? Group B, Porto, Atletico, and Leverkusen. Oof. Not bad at all. Getting down to the bare bones at the moment now. We're going to get into Milan, aren't we? Going to get into Milan. Sporting. Sporting would be lovely. Please give us Sporting. Can only be C or D, I believe. Can only be our group or Barca and Bayern's. No, there's 3 groups in there. Go on, give us Sporting. Give us Sporting. Can't see. Group D, let's go. Let's go. That. Gassed. I am gassed. Very happy with that. Very happy indeed. Ronaldo to Sporting, here we go. Can't see it, mate. Shakhtar. Absolutely lovely. Very decent group for us. Take it for sure. So that was Group F for Shakhtar. Didn't see who it was. We're going to perform how we did in the conference, are we? Silly boy. That's bloody lovely. God, I feel a lot calmer now. Inter, Bayern and Barca. Yeah, but the Conference League, no one cares about. We actually care about the Champions League, and we'll play our full-strength team in the Champions League. Come on, my friend. You know this. You know this. Yeah, they actually are, aren't they? They really are into getting mugged off. So, Rangers and Celtic are both in that in pot 4. Dinamo. Is that Marseille? I missed that. Yeah. Take a Marseille. Copenhagen. I'd also take a Copenhagen. Just getting a tweet ready. Bang them out. Bang them out. Do you think if we don't win a trophy, Conte will go? I think when Conte goes, Jordan, it will be his decision whether he wins a trophy or not. I think Daniel Levy and the club are content with him, and they'll allow him to be here as long as he can, unless results are completely awful, which they won't be because he's sick, as we all know. But I don't think if we don't win a trophy this season, there's an option for a further year, which I think will extend anyway. And I only think he'll leave if he falls out with the board. And I think it's finally at a point now where we are going to finally back someone and just go all out for it. So, let's wait and see. But it doesn't matter anyway, Jordan, does it? Because we're gonna win something this year. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, any of them, either of them. Premier League, better than all the other teams. Celtic, the first team out of pot 4. So I think there's 4 groups they can slot into, including our one, which would be very interesting. Yeah, avoided Shakhtar is a good one, I think. I didn't fancy Shakhtar. An away trip to Portugal and an away trip to Germany, nothing too far, and both pretty good away days, I'd argue. A nice Copenhagen in this pot 4 would be absolutely exquisite. But yeah, let's see. Group F. So Group F is complete, and it includes Celtic in it. So you got Madrid, Leipzig, Shakhtar, and Celtic. So that's the first complete group of the Champions League sorted. Hopefully, we get niced once more and we have 3 easy teams in our group and we absolutely storm it. So, next team out is Marseille. Marseille out. And I think, again, 4 groups they can go into. I think we're another one that we can go with them. You know who's making that racket, Kai. Next team, Group D. Interesting. Marseille in our group. We'll take that, I think. We will take that. We will take that. Just going to get that tweet out there. Amazing. Unreal. Although Marseille got that stupid Guendouzi, didn't they? That ex-Arsenal geezer. Stupid. Oh dear. Eric Bailly as well. What a team. What a team that Marseille have. Incredible scenes. Dimitri Payet's a good player, to be fair. Group G comes out. City, Sevilla, Dortmund, Copenhagen. Not a bad group. You'd expect City to comfortably win that, and then between Sevilla and Dortmund, between who goes through for that. Who's that next? Is that Club Brugge? Club Brugge. Club Brugge. Is that a dab emoji? Insane. Why is that guy swirling the balls for him? Why do I need 2 people to do that? Crazy. Club Brugge go into Group B. Group B. That's in with Porto Atleti, Leverkusen, Bruges. Bad. So we have 3 full groups, 4 full groups. Sorry, 4 full groups, 4 to go. Next team out of the hat is Rangers. Sure what group Rangers can go in. Is it either A or C? One of the 2. I think they have Exgoon left back too. What is that? Who are you talking about? Kolasinac? Maybe that's not who you're thinking about. But I'm not actually entirely sure. So they go into Group A. Tough group for the Rangers. Very tough group. Incredibly tough group. That Group A is nice though. Rangers will fancy himself against both Ajax and Napoli. They'll have a good go at Liverpool, but can't see them winning. Yeah, very interesting. It's been a good draw. We couldn't have really asked for too much better, Spurs. Dynamo Kiev next. It is Dynamo Kiev, isn't it? I don't think it's a different team. 0 points. We'll see, won't we? We will see. But I can't imagine that we will end up with 0 points. You know what? That could come to fruition. 0 points for Rangers and Celtic. They get absolutely smacked. But I can see them both dropping down into Europa League. So Group E for Dinamo, which is a tough one for them. Salzburg, Chelsea. Yes, Kolasinac. That's the one I was thinking about right then. And Alexis Sanchez. I mean, come on. I'm not afraid of any of those players, which is ex-Arsenal boys going to mug it. I tell you, they'll be having a field day if they beat us. Maccabi Haifa. Is that who we played in? Did we play them at one point in the Europa League? Or was that a team that West Ham played? I can't remember. To the war zone. Blimey. That is incredible scenes. Group H. Group H for Maccabi Haifa. PSG, Juve, Benfica, Maccabi. I believe that leaves just one group and one team left. Can't remember which team it is. But we will take that as a Champions League draw. That could not have gone much better. Slavia Prague are the last team out. And they go into Group C with Bayern, Barca, and Inter. So that's all of them. So I would say the standout groups in that, you've got Madrid, Leipzig, Shakhtar, and Celtic is an excellent group. I think our group has been very, very kind to us. City, Sevilla, Dortmund, Copenhagen, really tough group, as is Group A. I would imagine you have to really label Group A the group of death. Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. Group E is not an easy one. And then Group C, Bayern, Barca, Inter, and Slavia Prague's very, very tough group. But yeah, good 3 teams in the draw for Spurs. Frankfurt, Sporting Lisbon, and Marseille. 2 weeks until the first round of fixtures. And then the competition will be underway, and we'll see how far Spurs can go. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. Thanks to everyone that joined and watched along, gave you thoughts and comments. Marcus Edwards at Sporting as well. God, it's going to be an interesting campaign. But yeah, hopefully we can do well on that. But cheers everyone for following along, hitting the like button and putting your comments and thoughts in. If you fancy subscribing on your way out, then lovely stuff. I might do a few more of these types of things in the future, depending. But I will be uploading to the YouTube channel a lot more. Short videos, nothing too long, 5 minutes maximum, because I think they're best for everyone. But yeah, cheers everyone, and I will see you next time up the Spurs.